Hey folks, Mike Johnson here. If it's got wheels and an engine, you're in the right place. On this channel, we dive into car repairs, maintenance tips, and everything you need to keep your ride running smooth. If you're into cars and want to keep learning, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. All right, enough talking. Let's get into it.
The water pump is one of the most important parts of your car's cooling system. When the vehicle is running, the water pump turns, forcing coolant to flow through the engine and radiator. Without the water pump, your car would quickly overheat. Of course, like all automotive parts, the water pump can eventually fail. The pump may start leaking, its bearings may deteriorate, or its impeller may wear out due to corrosion. Any of these scenarios will require replacement of the water pump. When the vehicle is running, the water pump rotates, forcing coolant to flow through the engine and radiator. Water pump replacement procedure. There are many different types of water pump available today. Some water pumps are driven by the engine drive belt, while others are driven by the timing belt or timing chain. Some vehicles even use a standalone electric water pump. So, before replacing the water pump, it's important to consult the instructions for your application in a repair manual or repair database. The information below is a general overview of what is typically involved in replacing a belt-driven water pump. Tools and equipment needed to change a water pump. The tools required to change a water pump vary according to the type of car you own. In general, however, you'll need 50/50ths premixed coolant. Consult your owner's manual to determine the type of coolant suitable for your vehicle. Air compressor, recommended. Brake cleaner. Cooling system. Vacuum filling tool, recommended. Dead blow hammer. Fluid collection tray. Fluid container. Jack and jack stands for lift and support the vehicle safely using a jack and jack stands. Apply the parking brake and chock the rear wheels. 5. Place a drip tray under the vehicle. 6. Remove the radiator cap. 7. Drain the old coolant. You can do this by disconnecting the lower radiator hose, recommended, or by opening the radiator drain cock. Disconnecting the lower radiator hose is the safest way, as petcocks can become brittle and break. 8. Use a ratchet or wrench to break the retaining bolts on the water pump pulley. Do not remove the bolts at this time. If the pulley starts to turn, you can try putting a little more tension on the belt tensioner to hold it in place. 9. Remove the drive belt by turning the automatic tensioner. As a rule, this is done with a serpentine belt tool or a long-handled wrench or ratchet. If your car is fitted with a manual drive belt tensioner, instead of an automatic tensioner, you'll need to loosen the lock nut, then turn the adjusting screw. Note, before removing the drive belt, make sure you have access to the belt routing diagram, often found on a decal under the hood. If you don't have the diagram, take a photo of how the belt is routed before you remove it. That way, you'll know how to reinstall it properly. 10. Remove the bolts from the water pump pulley and the pulley itself. 11. Use a ratchet or wrench to remove the water pump mounting bolts. Some water pumps are driven by the engine drive belt, while others are driven by the timing belt or timing chain. Installing the water pump. 1. Compare the new water pump with the old water pump to ensure that both are of the same design. 2. Use a plastic gasket scraper, or plastic razor blade, to remove all the old gasket material from the motor. Then use brake cleaner and a clean cloth to finish cleaning the water pump's contact surface. 3. Fit the new gasket or seal in place on the water pump. 4. Install the water pump and gasket. Then use a torque wrench to tighten the water pump mounting bolts to the manufacturer's specifications. 5. Install the water pump pulley. Then install the pulley retaining bolts by hand. Do not tighten the bolts at this time. 6. Reinstall the drive belt. 7. Use a torque wrench to tighten the pulley retaining bolts to the manufacturer's specifications. 8. Safely remove the stanchions and lower the vehicle. 9. Follow the instructions supplied with the cooling system vacuum filling tool to connect the tool to your air compressor. The tool purges air from the cooling system while simultaneously refilling the coolant. 10. Follow the instructions supplied with the tool to fill the cooling system with a 50/50ths mixture of fresh coolant. 11. If you do not have access to an air compressor and vacuum filling tool, consult a repair manual or repair database for instructions. On purging your vehicle's cooling system. Warning: failure to properly purge air from the cooling system may result in overheating and engine damage. 12. Refill coolant as required and reinstall radiator cap. 13. Reconnect the negative battery cable. 14. Make sure the vehicle doesn't overheat by starting the engine and monitoring the temperature gauge. Do this until the engine reaches operating temperature and the electric cooling fan, if fitted, switches off. 15. Pour the old coolant from the drip tray into a large fluid container. 16. Be sure to wipe up any spilled coolant with a cloth. Coolant is lethal if consumed, and animals are attracted to it. In conclusion, changing a water pump may seem daunting, but with the right tools and a step-by-step approach, it can be a manageable task. Remember to always consult your vehicle's manual for specific instructions and safety precautions. By following the removal and installation process carefully, you can ensure your engine runs smoothly and efficiently. Thank you for watching, and we hope this guide has empowered you to tackle your water pump replacement with confidence.